Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Okay, I keep hearing a lot of talk about these so-called new notes. Yes, somebody started a rumor about new notes. I get it. But the crazy thing is, they already had the lower denomination new notes now since around 2018. So for someone to say, oh, we're waiting on them to make the new notes and everything else, it's BS, you guys. I'll show you what I'm talking about here in just a moment. Before we get started, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. You can follow me over on other platforms. I do have my own group over on Facebook called Pimpy's Investment Chat. Over here, we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. So head on over here and join us. It's free to do so. In here, I do post updates. If I should get on suspension from YouTube or get removed from YouTube and you want to know what happened to me, I'll let you know right here in this group. I can be found on Twitter, MeWe, YouTube, and the cool thing about YouTube, if you come over here and you join and you find my channel, I got videos going back, I believe, a couple years. So if you want to see some older videos that I have on Nasera, Jacera, gold, silver, cryptos, come on over here and join. Look me up and check out my videos. You can also find me on Odyssey. Catch me on Rumble. When I say that the links for all these are down below in the description, some of you don't know what I'm talking about. It's real simple. Just go down to the bottom right here of any of my videos. See this? This is the description. Hit show more. And there are all the links to all the platforms I just spoke about. It seemed clear and practical. The New York Times. Al-Sadini won the support of the Iraqi. But if you ask me, it's still out there on the limb. There has been protests that people are not talking about. And he's associated with a lot of criminals, which is the coordinating framework, especially with Maliki. But I will admit that he definitely seems to be getting things on track for Iraq, as long as he could do something about the corruption. So the New York Times did an article on Mr. Al-Sadini, said the Prime Minister Al-Sadini hopes to convince the world that he is capable of solving the country's chronic problems, represented by corruption and political instability, and making Iraq a reliable partner of the United Nations, indicating that it is a product of state institutions. He understands the citizens and their priorities, and he is one of the second generations of politicians in the post-Saddam regime. And they are closest to the people and understand that the street wants change. But it's not just the streets, it's the youth. Said that Al-Sadini is the first Iraqi leader since 2003 who spent his entire life in Iraq and never left it, even though Saddam Hussein ordered the execution of his father, and he was able to gain the support of Iraqis from almost all political spectrums, and it seemed clear, serious, and practical. Plans to seek assistance from the United States to confront the challenge of severe environmental changes that causes drought and desertification. I don't know about that. How about the dams up above them? So the newspaper went on to say that the Sudanese seeks to open more investments from Europe and the United States, and to strengthen efforts with Arab countries to help build the infrastructure for natural gas production. So yeah, look, I'll admit it, man. Al-Sadini appears to be trying to get the Iraqi people back on track. But like I stated before, it's the group of people that he is working with, which is a coordinating framework. That is a tough job to do. So here you go. It says the Parliament Finance revealed precise details about the recent agreement between Baghdad and Erbil. So first of all, just understand, this isn't money that is coming out of the budget, as it should. Nope. This is considered a loan. And I believe they're not only sending over 1 year's worth of salary, they're sending over 3 years worth of salaries, which would be good if it actually got into their bank account. Then you could smile all you want. But they've made agreements before. It's always the leaders do their part. You'll see Barzani and you will see Al-Sadini shake hands, make agreements, but it's not just that they made agreements. You have to get everything past parliamentary and the committees. So even though they've signed paperwork and made some kind of agreement, until that money is in the bank, I wouldn't get overly excited. So it's to pay the salaries of the government employees, as well as entitlement programs, welfare, Medicare, stuff like that. So I'm happy that they got this agreement all signed, but until the money is there, I wouldn't get overly excited. Just know that they stopped delivering the 400,000 barrels to Baghdad. And so Baghdad wants that oil. Kurdistan saying, if you're not going to pay us, I prefer we sell it ourselves. When we sold the oil ourselves, we had no problems with covering salaries. But ever since the Supreme Court of Iraq overturned that decision and gave control to Baghdad and their politicians, things haven't gone that smoothly. But anyways, I don't want to be a negative Nancy. Let's just feel happy about what's going on. I do. But until that money is in the bank, I wouldn't get overly excited. So Erdogan, through development, we would build a new world with Iraq. So Erdogan said on Monday that the Turkish-Iraqi Development Road Project provides an opportunity to build a new world. This came at a speech delivered by the Turkish president at the 19th annual summit. The Turkish president confirmed that his country sensed a great determination from the Gulf countries to implement the Turkish-Iraqi Development Road Project, adding, "We are determined to implement the project." He added that we will have an opportunity through the Turkish-Iraqi development path to build a new world through this step that we intend to take. The Development Road Project, which was announced by Iraq Prime Minister al-Sudani last May, includes the land and railroads extending from Iraq to Turkey and its ports. So you got a new railway going from Iraq to Iran, and now they want to do one from Iraq to Turkey. Of course, this type of stuff opens up trade between the countries. So al-Sudani is here for a United Nations meeting. Let's see how that goes. I anticipate him giving a speech while he is here. Here you have the banks of Iraq saying, our banks are starting to inform Washington, even with Chinese yuan transfers, a former central official. So in other words, they've learned their lesson. They're now reporting everything, it seems like. It says the academic and former central bank official said on Sunday that the Iraqi banks no longer deal with banned entities, whether countries or companies, and stop their transfers in dollars, but rather they are keen to inform the United States Treasury, even when those deals with those entities in Chinese yuan. We know that a good part of the dollars in the market goes to Iran, and even the U.S. clearly doesn't say that. So Iraq does trade business with Iraq to get approximately $10 billion in goods, but it has no banking relationship with Iran, and it is not possible to make transfers with Iran. So how does these funds reach? Does Iran accept the Iraqi dinars? They spoke about doing that. They spoke about doing business in Iraqi dinars about a year and a half ago. And even if they accepted Iraqi dinar, it will come back and buy the dollar from the market. That's what they do. They'll put on the black market just to have the US dollars. The recent variables are the conversion method. It is known that the method of transferring through the platforms never allows dealings with the penal entities. That matters include not only Iran, but also Syria, a number of Turkish companies from which we cannot import. Therefore, the cash dollar directed to travelers has become the port of leaking the dollar to pay off imports from the penalized entities. The platform only deals with the dollar and has opened the dealings with the yuan. So after those 14 banks were sanctioned, a bank can no longer risk doing business with banned entities. Well, in other words, they've learned their lesson. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. So I keep hearing that, oh, we're waiting for them to make the new notes. We hear these kind of mumbo jumbo all the time. Oh, the new notes are getting ready to be released. Oh yeah, the lower denominations, back screens, the 1-800 numbers, the contracts have been executed, whatever that means. Anyways, here you go. You can see this article is from 2018. It says new and improved banknotes include new design representing Syrian community. So what do we have here? We have the $1,000 bill, the $500 bill, and a $250 bill. So the Central Bank of Iraq has unveiled October the 7th changes to the up-and-coming series of new banknotes designed, which are aimed at both modernizing the currency and better reflecting the nation's heritage and diversity. The last significant redesign of Iraq banknotes came after the country's invasion, which was initiated by the United States and a coalition back in 2003. The initially coordinated military action resulted in the downfall of the regime of Saddam Hussein, further resulting in the removal of his likeness from the banknotes. So just skip over to here. It says, as part of the design, the new 2018 ADs and the 1400 banknotes will now feature a title of Governor of the Central Bank underneath his signature, which the central bank has pointed out is compatible with the trend being followed in other countries. The current specifications in terms of denominations rather remain the same, as well as the current colors, which represent the current series. So the 50,000 and 5,000 dinar banknotes have not currently undergone any update at the present time. However, the $1,000 banknote that seems to be getting the most significant makeover and attention This is what the 1,000 dinar banknote looks like. Here's the 500, and here's the 250. You can actually buy them on eBay. The problem is they're so low in denominations with the current exchange rate, they really don't carry a lot of value. Yeah, so in the chat room, people are talking about, no, Pimpy, the new banknotes are coming. I was like, no, the ones you guys are circulating right now around, those are already out. You can literally buy them on eBay right now. So when people go, oh, we need to do the new banknotes, oh, we need a lower denomination, they're already there. Now, are you talking about much lower denominations? Something like the 100, the 50, the 20, the 10, the 5, and the 1? Yeah, that's different. Anyways, you guys let me know what you think. I look forward to hearing from you, and I will catch you later. I'm out.